Well, it's a feud as old as time. Britt Baker, DMD, the good doctor, and Thunder Rosa, eternally at odds with each other, always beefing. This goes back to basically all the way back when Thunder Rosa first joined AEW. There was a competitive rivalry between the two, and it just seems to be fueled by backstage drama and in-ring botches and nonsense, and these two just don't fucking like each other. And we thought all this might have been settled, but it wasn't. As we see on the AEW All Access show, Britt Baker is still talking shit about Thunder. Now, granted, this was recorded a while ago. You know, this isn't today, but it's still coming out now, and you're hearing all these things that Britt Baker had to say about Thunder Rosa. Well, one person that's friends with both of them is Dave LaGreca over on Busted Open Radio. And Dave LaGreca had both of these ladies on his podcast separately, different days, of course, but had both of these ladies on his podcast to talk about it. First with Britt Baker, we'll hear a clip from her, and then we'll follow up with a clip from Thunder Rosa. Check out these clips.
Like, oh, man, it's very difficult for me to watch, and I know you can understand that because I've known you for quite some time. I consider you a friend. I love Thunder, and just seeing this play out that the way it is, and it's very, very difficult, and I'm sure it's probably difficult on you as well.
It's not, because people, it's just like on Twitter, people twist and turn your words and say that you said something that you didn't. All I did on the show was ask if she's able to travel, and she's traveling all over the place, but she's going on Busted Open every week saying, I'm still the champion. Why won't you just come to work? Why can't you come cut a promo? Why can't you come do commentary? Why can't you come just say hi to the locker room? Chris Statlander has had her knees blown out for over a year now, and she's there, I think, every single week. I have a very workhorse mentality where I want to be at work. As soon as I'm done at Dynamite, I get on a plane and go to the dental office. So I can't relate to that mentality. It's why you don't want to be at work where you tell everybody you're the champion of. And I'll be honest, I've asked her that same question twice, and she doesn't have an answer for me either. And it's not that, oh, I want her to work hurt, or I don't believe in her injury. There's none of that. It's just, why not come to the locker room that you're the champion of when you can? Because when you had people like Adam Cole, who literally couldn't travel, he couldn't even leave the house for weeks. It was a huge milestone when he could take a walk up and down the street with his head injury, and after he got through a milestone of brain. That is what I don't understand, and people don't have to agree with me. That's fine. But I'm a very bold and stubborn individual, and I stand by what I said.
For me personally, I wanted to drop the title the day that they told me I couldn't wrestle because I was going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks. And you're absolutely right. My boss made that decision. He said, you are going to be the champion, and we will have an interim champion. I wanted to make it, for me, as a competitor, I wanted to make it fair. So my peers had an opportunity to defend the championship, because it wasn't fair that I wasn't there and I wasn't going to be there. And, I was going to hold the title. I think the problem comes, and I think this is a question that was raised. It was Mish not showing up. I wasn't booked to go there, And when I got the news that I wasn't going to keep the title, it really caught me by surprise. And I was like, oh, today is the day. Okay. I wasn't able to go. I wasn't there to be able to get in the ring and say, guys, unfortunately, we made a decision. Here's the title. Thank you very much for the opportunity to let me, represent. That opportunity wasn't given to me. Give me the note. I have a little note that I would like to read just to make sure that it's very clear. But that's pretty much it, And like I said, I have talked to the locker room, and I took accountability for things that that some people had issues with me, and I went out there and apologized. And that's the best thing that I can do, because I want to make money. I want to make sure that I am able to work with everyone, regardless if we have any issues or not. At the end of the day, I'm booked to wrestle, right? Unfortunately, I can't wrestle right now. Right now, there's no storyline between Britt Baker and I, and And let me tell you, David, God is my witness. Every morning and every night, before I go to sleep, I pray to God that when I get clear, there's one thing I want to do and one thing only. And that is not to get the championship or the TBS or the women's championship, but there's one thing, and settle this in the ring for once and for all. And that's to wrestle Britt Baker and show the world what a real professional wrestler is. That's all I have to say about this.
I see where both of these women are coming from. And now look, before you get going, yes, there's a possibility this could all just be a work. I mean, this is how you do it. If you're going to do like a work shoot gimmick in 2023, this is exactly how you get that shit done. You do it outside of the ring. You do it in the press, in the media. People will buy into it there. There's no reason to believe that this is fake. There's no reason to believe that these women don't like each other, because it's all they talk about and everything that they do. But that's the point. So it could very well be a work, but I'm going to assume that it's not, and just kind of take it at face value. Look, Britt Baker has a point on her side. Thunder Rosa, like, she had me when she said that Chris Statlander shows up for TV every week, but fucking Thunder Rosa doesn't. Now, Thunder Rosa tries to counter that by saying she wasn't booked. Well, was Chris Statlander booked? She getting flown in for all these shows, or is she just going? She talked to Tony and said, hey, I'd still like to come to TV. I bet you Tony flew her in. I bet you he would do the same for Thunder Rosa. And it's the principle of the thing. Like Britt said, you are supposedly the champion of this division, and you can't even be bothered to be here. But you can be on this show and that show and bust it open and do this and that. Can't be here, though. Meanwhile, the people that are here got to be interim. I get that beef. But then you got Thunder Rosa's side. Look, I wasn't booked. It's not my decision to be interim champion. If it was up to me, I would have forfeited the title in the middle of the ring and said, gave a little speech and said, here, it's for you guys. She tried to deflect the heat and tried to say, LaGreca helped with that too. Like, oh, that's on Tony for, booking it that way. And tried to say that, Thunder Rosa would have been there if she was booked to be there, and that she wants, all the attention to be on the women's division, the talent that's in the women's division now going forward. Maybe she's right. I don't know. I used to like Thunder Rosa a lot. I still do, still would, kind of. But I kind of get what Britt's talking about, and I see her points, and it's making me look twice at Thunder Rosa a little bit. Now, I don't think she's sandbagging people. I don't think she sucks in the ring. I think all of that was kind of blown out of proportion. I think she's just stiff. Maybe a little difficult to work with. Maybe she makes you work for it a little bit. You can't just do a move to her. You got to fight for a move from her. Maybe. But this whole interim championship thing, I think Britt Baker needs to just stop talking about it. Like Tony Schiavone said on All Access, you need to drop this. Tony Schiavone's like, you keep talking about this. Let it go. Drop it. So I think Britt does need to drop it, but she's an opinionated, loudmouth bitch, and that's how she gets shit accomplished, and that's how she got to where she is now, which is pretty fucking far in life. So who am I to judge that either? But this seems to be a feud that is eternal, never ending. Can always go back to it and always draw money with it, and they will again when these two eventually meet again. You can mark my words on that. But that's all I got to say about it now. What are your thoughts? What do you think of this whole Thunder Rosa Britt Baker thing? Think Thunder Rosa sucks? Do you think Britt Baker sucks? Do you think Britt needs to shut up about it? Or do you think she's right? And what blame does Tony Khan have in all of this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah, and you can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Oh yeah, dig it.